think we are ready to roll. What do we have here?
Guys, stop what you're doing.
I thought
Timeless Flex. Best-selling seniors pants were already cheap enough at $40.
But the factory just went insane with massive spring discounts. Pay one, enjoy two. I had to hop on here to tell you. Only for the first 200 orders. Made from selected premium fabric. 5 times more breathable. 4-way stretchy and no bagging out. No wrinkle. Scratch resistant. Designed for every build, especially if you're picky about your fit. Hide unsmooth leg shape. Fit dad bod easily, or lift your flat bottoms. Stocks are flying off shelves. Try.
You dream in stars and dive into the deep, fixing the world while the rest of us sleep. Your heart set on giving, no matter the strain, building your legacy through love and brain. Julie knows that fire in your soul, the kind that lifts the broken whole. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies. Retired, you say, with a wink and a grin, but the podcast is rolling, pulling us in. Your compass is love, with your kids as your guide. Charting seas wide, with vision and pride. Julie's here, who adores your spark, the dreamer who lights up the dark. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies. Tethered lights still flying high. You kiss the stars, but never say goodbye. Not even gravity can pull you down. You're the wild, the wave, the crown. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the yacht keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies. In stars, then dive into the deep, fixing the world while the rest of us sleep. Your heart set on giving, no matter the strain, building your legacy through love and brain.
Almost there, guys. Give me a couple seconds.
Julie knows that fire in your soul, the kind that lifts the broken whole. James, you reach the skies no one dares. In your hands the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh
Good evening, and how are we today? That ain't it. There it is right there, and let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's go back to right there. Let's go slide it on over. There we go. Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow, looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week, using nothing but pre-qualified dividend stocks, and those are companies that have consistently, year after year, Joe Schmo, thank you, year after year, have increased their profits. I mean, that's why companies are in business in the first place, to make more money this year than they did last year, and make plans that next year is better than this year. Okay? So, that being said, we're looking at the Dividend Kings. Any company that's been increasing their profits for 5 decades. Dividend Aristocrats. Companies that have increased their profits for 25 years. Okay, the Dividend Champions, again, increasing their profits for a quarter of a century. 25 years, yep, 10, 25. And then we're throwing the Dividend Contenders, why not? About 350 different companies that have consistently increased their profits year after year after year after year. Then we want to do a couple simple, safe trading strategies to get, hey, Sherry, I see you. How you doing? To consistently get 1% every single week. All right. That being said, what are we doing here? Heather Parks, how are you doing today, Heather? Nice to see you. So what we're doing is that we're trying, well, my camera keeps turning off, trying to show you how possible it is. Now, every night we look for 5 different companies that look good. Philip, I thought you had a website one time I went to. Yeah, Philip and Sherry, I've had a website for over 20 years. Same website, the10minutetrader.com. Joe Schmo wants to take a look at Procter & Gamble. So what I'm going to ask of you guys, if you don't mind, dig deep, find companies that you like, that you think would be good for your money. Remember, I'm going to be looking at these as if I was going to buy them, and I'm not going to hold any punches. KJ, thank you for that. I'm not going to hold any punches. If it's a piece of crap, I'm going to tell you, but that's only my opinion. You got to remember where I'm coming from. I'm 62. I'm retired. I have no desire to go back to work, nor do I want to. I put in my 5 decades. 5 decades of work. My very first job was in 1974. Yes, I retired at 59. Okay. Can we take these plays as swing trades? Brig, I'm not 100% sure what your goal is. Swing trade, as far as I'm understanding, is going one way, it swings, goes the other way, and you just follow the flow. You can do whatever you want. Now, I don't tell people what to do. I don't tell people what to buy, what to sell. I'm just plugging in numbers. You give me a stock, I put it in the chart, we read it together. That's all. And remember, it's just my opinion. Okay? All right. KJ, again, huh? Righty. All right, so let's get the ball rolling. First on the list is going to be, what was it? We had one already. Procter & Gamble right there, Joe Schmo. Joe Schmo wants to take a look at Procter & Gamble. Wait, before we do that, let's see who's in the house. Who's in the house? Mina Costina. Bonjour. Comment ça va, bonsoir? Ça va bien? All right, Thomas said hi. Max Garcia, hello. Who do we have over here? Andy Panda. Good evening, Andy Panda. Heather Parks, she's here. Ray Pan, Kissable, good evening. Do you play Roblox? No, I do not. Sorry, I don't play any games. I don't do any videos. I like getting my fingers dirty, so I find it very troublesome and very annoying to actually make money online. Don't get me wrong, it's easy to make money online. I just find it annoying because at the end of the day, what do I have to show? Nothing. Sorry, I like to create things with my hands. I like to do something. I like to take a look, step back, say, oh yeah, I did that. You can't do that with shit you see online. All you see is a couple extra digits in your account. And it's a point, at a certain point, diamonds lose their luster, gold no longer shines. What was that? That was out of Conan the Barbarian. Yeah. All right, so first thing on the list, Procter & Gamble. If you didn't know, Procter & Gamble is over 100 years old, has over 5 decades of increased profits. This is on the top of my list. Okay, there's about maybe 50 companies that are at the top of my list. And this is one of them. Over 100 years old, over 5 decades. 5 decades of increased profits. That means every single year they make more and more and more money. Why not? Why not? Why not is it on your list? That makes no sense. Anyway, let's get going. Let's get the ball rolling. First thing we want to see always, before someone says something about this camera is always off just a smidge. Always off a smidge. All right, so first thing I always want to look at is the 1-year chart. Reason being, the 52-week high, 52-week low is going to be right there. Well, it's going to give me an idea of where is the money going. Is the money coming in? The money going out? Is it going up? Is it going down? What's going on? So one of the few rules you really got to understand, and you don't really got to understand it, but you got to accept it because it is what it is. And if you think it isn't what it is, well, you got an issue. Here it is. Never fight the trend. If she's going up, that's the trend. It's going up. When she's coming down, she's coming down. So when she's going up, just sit back, wait for it to be done. Because stocks go up until they're done going up. And then what happens? Then they go down until they're done going down. It's actually that simple. It's so simple, it's kind of silly. They go up until they're done, and then they go down until they're done going down. And then they just reverse. Here's what it is. All right. Kissable. Tofig, G3. Oh, Kofig Geek. Okay. What's good, sir? Good evening. Good evening. All right. So who do we have over here? Over here. Who do we have? Who do we have? Okay. We've got Suzanne. Good evening, Suzanne. Edgar. Dees. What's going on? Dees. Chris. Shohow. Okay. Larry. Laney. Scott. Riplos. Okay. Min B. St. Martin. Dude, what's happening, Mr. Steve? I know who St. Martin is. Meter. Okay. Bozo. Bozo's back. Mark Moffat. GRJ. Okay. Jeff. Rusty. James. Mark. PK. Nick. Lazaro. Hagen. Hagen Kens. Okay. Daniel. Thank you there, Hagen Kens. Tony. All right. Joe Schmo. Thank you there, Joe. Maxime. Laney got that one. Daisy. An interesting way of spelling Daisy. Tim Hall. Sean Toller. Roberto Kryptonic. Interesting name. Tony Lazaro. Mr. Holmes. It was Mr. Holmes in the green room with the lead pipe. I love this cast. All right. Big L. Malik. Mr. Holmes. Colonel. Okay. Hector Campos. ¿Qué pasa, amigo? ¿Qué estás? Yes. Pompesco, Virgil, okay, Daniel, Bina, Osler, Chamant, okay, bonjour, ça va? Philippe and Sherry, Suzanne, and Philippe, I thought you had a website one time I went to. Yeah, I've had the same website for over 20 years. Brig, can we take a look at these plays of swing trades? Yes, you can. Andy Brower, good evening. Enza, good evening, Enza. Market gold signals. Okay, Mr. Phil, thank you there, Mr. Phil. KJ, oh, KJ wants to take a look at Starbuckies. Of course, KJ, you love Starbucks. DJQ, Thinkorswim, absolutely. Baku, Mr. Phil. Kirk, wow, I got to stop at some point. Firm stock. Dude, I can't say that name. So like 2 vowels and like 30 consonants. That's got to be Russian. Only the Russians have 30 vowels and 30 consonants and 2 vowels. Moni, Niculator, good evening. Miss Amberg, good evening. Thomas, Infinite, Brian, Papa G. What's popping? Okay, good evening, good evening. Okay, one more screen. Okay, let's remember we got 9 cameras, which means I got a lot of stuff in front of me. This camera turned off. Why did this camera turn off? That's because I keep babbling. That's got to be what it is. There we go. Last but not least, way over here, who do we have? We have Laney, Eddie, Sherry, Scotty. Show you life for. Show you life for. Okay. Tassie, Tassel, Tucker Charles, Luis Lam, Tony, Adidas, Metro, Mark, Weave, Laney, Sherry, Kay, St. Martin, back over there too. Jose, Daryl, Priscilla, Johnny, Roland, Joe Magic Hands. That just sounds disturbing, Joe. Hero, Raymond, Paul, Mr. Green. How you doing? Rich, KJ. All right. User, Kelly, blah, 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 blah. All right. Schoberg, Jeff, Blaine, Ernie J. All right. That's enough. I mean, people just keep pouring in. Anywhere between 5,000 and 50,000 people will come through these 13 different channels. It's hard to keep up with everyone. But every once in a while, you have names that show up over and over and over again, and I recognize those. Thank you, guys. I'm sure you have something better to do. How many have you always been in finance? No. Sorry. I was a farmer. I was a logger. I was a lumberjack. I was... what do you call it? A fisherman, a lobsterman, not contractor, framer, finished carpentry, handyman, and I was in the food service. And also, I owned my own manufacturing company. That was probably when I made the most. That's where I got started. My manufacturing company, I started manufacturing artificial coral reefs for museums and aquariums and rich people in resorts and whatnot. But they threw so much money at me, I had to try to figure out where the heck am I going to put it. And I tried almost every, I wouldn't call it side hustle, investment you can think of. And in acting, yes, I tried the acting thing in my younger days when I was good looking. Yeah, I was good looking. What was it? 19 to like 24, 25. Then life gets hold of you. You get bruised, you get bumped, and all that kind of stuff. And then nobody wants to hire an actor with broken collarbones that bulge out and an eye that's messed up, and then a scar right here. I had a rough life. Not as bad as some, but then not as glamorous as others. It was a life from the 60s and 70s. It is what it is. All right, so let's stop the yabbering. Let's take a look at what's going on. We're here all to do the same thing. We want to see how can we make money from the money that we have. Okay. So most people work their whole lives, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, even 60 years, then retire with whatever they have left. Paul, we'll take a look at that in a little bit, okay? That being said, let's take a look. Now, as I said before, I always want to do the 1-year chart first. It's always going to be A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. It's always one step at a time. And it always starts with A, then it goes to B, then it goes to C, D, you know the rest. And the same thing with the numbers. 1, 2, 3, same thing over and over and over again. Were you in any we may have heard of? Yeah, I was in police academy. I also did a commercial, the Be All You Can Be commercials for the Army. Be all that you can be in the Army. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so here we go. This year, last 52 weeks. You ready? Here we go. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was a year ago. Here's where it is today. And look at what she is doing. Okay, that's easy to follow, right? Down, up, down, up. Simple. We're at 152.04. The 152s go for 101 this week, which we got 2 days left. Nope, let's look at next week. Now, I trade on a weekly basis. Weekly starts on Monday and gets over on Friday. 5 days. Monday's gone. Tuesday's gone. Wednesday's gone. What do we got left? We got Thursday and Friday. That's it. Thursday, Friday, with 2 days. We're not going to get 1% this week. It's only 2 days. Let's look at next week. This week, 26 June. That's not going to work. It's only 2 days. We're going to look at 2 July, which is next Friday. That gives us 8 days. So 8 days, I want at least 1.25. 1% for 5 days. 1.5% for, like a Wednesday trade. But you were a paper boy? Way to go, sweet Den. Jackie Flynn had the paper route. Because I lived in a rural town. Rural, which means there was when we moved out of the city in Boston back in the early 60s, we moved to a very small town called Marshfield, which is just south of Boston. If you don't know, you may not ever heard of it, but you have heard of Boston and you have heard of Plymouth. Plymouth is where the Pilgrims landed, and Boston is, capital of Massachusetts, the hub of New England. But anyway, besides the point, if you go between Plymouth, where the Pilgrims landed, and Boston, right along the shore, you got Plymouth, Kingston, Marshfield, Scituate, Weymouth, and then Boston. Quincy, then Boston. Okay? Okay. I don't know how this one got in here. Don't know how this got in there. Okay. All right, let's do this. Now, we're not going to do this week because there's only 2 days left. We're going to look at next week, which is 2 July. Okay, 2 July has 8 days left. So the 152s are going for 192. That's more like it. That's more than 1%. Bread and butter, how you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks for showing up. All right, let's take a look. Smitty, can you ask a question? Smitty, that's why we're here. I'm here to answer your question, Smitty. There should be a place somewhere on your phone that you can actually just hit the button and speak up, and I can hear you fine. Let me turn up the volume, make sure it works. Volume's up. Volume's up. Now, I didn't know you could do that. There's a button somewhere on your TikTok phone that you just press a button and speak up. All right, let's go. All right. So, look at this move right there. You would think that would be a no if it was a straight up shot, but it's not. Let's zoom in. I'll show you. Look at your last 90 days. Okay, the top, the bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up, down. Now she's going up again. It's very important to place a good idea or keep track of where things are going. Plain to see, she dropped, she shot up, she came back down. Now she went up again right there. From 139 to 153, that's a nice jump. You would expect profit taking. Well, there was right there 3 days of profit taking. Now she's turning around and going back up again. That's where you're talking about that swing trades. She bottom, she swung back up, back down. Now she's going back up again. Well, great. This is number one. Now, we're going to try something new and interesting here. So, let's do this. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to record each and every one of the ones that we find, because we look for 5 every night. So what I'm going to do now is I got one camera dedicated just for the stocks that we find that we like. So I like Procter & Gamble. Okay. So I'm going to hit the play button, do the whole thing over again. You ready? Here we go. Uh-oh, that was a photo. I don't want a photo. I don't want a photo. Okay, here we go. All right. It's Papa G. Look, we got 5 every night. This is number 1 for the night. It's Procter & Gamble. Look at the motion. Down, up, down, up, down. And she's turning around, going up again. The 152s. I love it at 152. Look at this. The 152 is paying 192. That's over 1.5%. 1.5%. Great. Let's check it out and see what it looks like. We're going to change this right here really quick. We're going to change it from single all the way down to the covered calls, because the covered calls are simple, safe, and predictable. The covered call, there it is right there. We like it at 152. There's the 152 right there, sliding on down. I'm going to show you just one contract so you don't get scared away looking at 10. And here's Johnny. You ready? Johnny, tell me what he's won. One covered call, Procter & Gamble, 2 July. That is next Friday. The 152.50 call option. It's paying $3.25 per contract, and each contract is going to cost $14,925. Now we need the calculator to let us know what is the rate of return for stock number one for this day today. What is today? 9:41 p.m., 6/24/2025. So if you're here on this day, 6/24/26 at 9:41 p.m., it's actually live. If you're here anytime after that, it is recorded. Sorry. So profit, always, always, always. Profit first, 325 into the calculator. There we go, 325 per contract. Then we divide it by our investment. Anytime you're looking to find the rate of return on your investment, you take the profit divided by the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, and that will give you your rate of return. 14,925, and that gives me a grand total of 2.17 2.17% for 8 days. That's between tomorrow morning when the market opens and next Friday at 3:59 p.m. because we all know what happens at 4 p.m. You are SOL. First one on the list, Procter and Gamble for 2.1%. Gotta love it. All right, so that's video number one. Cool beans. So let's save this one. Procter and Gamble. There we go. Now let's clean up this mess. And we'll go to our next one. Delete. Single. Back to there. And here we go. All right. We're on Wednesday now. We are on Thursday, which is tomorrow. And here's the first one for tomorrow. There it is. Procter and Gamble. All right. One covered call. Procter and Gamble. To July. That's next Friday. The 152.50 call option. That means this option is going to expire between. Actually, no, it's going to expire next Friday. No, next Thursday, because there's no trading on next Friday. Okay, fine. 325 is the profit. 14,925 is the investment for a 2.17% for 1 week. Actually, it's a little over a week, but you get the gist. $2.1. Nice. What do we have next? Thank you, Sweet Den. Sweet Den, you gold. What? Link in bio. Sweet Den, you got to block the words link in bio. Yeah. Make sure that nobody can write link in bio. So that way I don't have to deal with these people all the time. All right. Mute account, block account, confirm. There we go. I don't want to hear this. Don't want to hear it. Hingham. Oh, I forgot Hingham. Okay. Hingham, Quincy, and then we get to Boston. All right. Who do we have next? Who do we have? Okay, I don't see any more there. So what do we got? Paul wants to take a look at Campbell's CPB. Let's take a look. Campbell's. Now, Campbell's also CPB is, nice. Take a look at that right there. First thing I saw, well, not the first thing I saw. First thing I saw was this. Then I saw that. That looks lovely. Let's go take a look at it. Now, do I really need to say it every time I look at this? The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at what it's doing. Okay? That's the first thing you should always see. Always, always, always. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? And where is it going? Okay? Then we take a look at the numbers. Remember, we want to look at next week. 2 days is not going to give us enough, so we're looking at 2 July 2224. This is going to be a tough one. It is. Are you going to go for the 22 or are you going to go for the 2250? 22, 2250, smack dab in the middle, right between, stuck in the middle with you. Here I am. So I'm going to go with the 22s. But if I lose 38, that's going to bring, 2250. All right. Well, let's do the 2250s because she is bouncing off of a bottom right there, shooting up. Let's look at the last 90 days. Last 90 days is showing us this right here. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Down, sideways, up, down, up. Okay, that's clear to see. The top, the bottom, back up, back down, back up again. Try not to make it more complicated than it really needs to be. It's not difficult at all. All right, let's get rid of this. This is going to be number 2. Whoa, all right, number 2. Let's check this out. All right. Another video. Here we go. You ready? All right. Video number 2. Stock number 2, Campbell CPB. Take a look at the numbers. 2224. The 2250 is going for 5 to 40, which is going to be over 1%. Great. Let's take a gander at it. The chart already looked wonderful. Changing it to the covered call. The 2250. There it is. One contract. There it is. And here we go. One covered call, CPB, or Campbell Soup's over 100 years old, to July 26th. That means this option is going to expire next Friday, or actually next Saturday, but no more trading after Thursday because we have holiday on Friday. Okay, anyway. 48 is the profit, 2200 is the investment. Let's check out the rate of return because that's kind of important, right? We want to make sure, is this going to be a profitable endeavor? 48 is the profit, 2202 is the investment for a 2.17. Okay, 2.17. Didn't we just do this one? 2.17. All right, anyway. 2.17 for Campbell Soup. Great. I like it. Let's hold on to it. Here we go. And there we go. And there we go. And slide on over. Just slide it on over. Move over, cool dog. Hot dog is moving in. Hold on. Not done yet. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's get this. Change that back to that. Go back to there, and here we go. Campbell's number 2 of the day. Nice, big, beautiful. Let's check that out. One covered call, Campbell CPB, to July 26th. That's next Friday. The 2250 call option, which means if you're new to this, I'm going to buy the stock first thing in the open, right around 22, 24, 25, somewhere in that area. Then I'm going to turn around, sell somebody the right to buy it from me by a certain date for a certain price. That is what a covered call is. It's a legal binding contract. And to have a legal binding contract, you need 4 things. Number 1, you need a beginning date. You need an ending date. You need consideration, and you need an agreement, meeting of the minds. Okay? The beginning date, as soon as someone buys it. That's when it starts. The ending date, 2 July 26 at 3:59 p.m. Because at 4 o'clock, it is now useless. Okay? The date, the price, 2250. Here's my profit, 48. Here's my investment, 2200 for a 2.17% for 1 week. If and only if you actually like Campbell's. They make Campbell soup. Good. Good. That's what Campbell soups are. Good. You know, you've heard the commercial before. There we go. Save that one. There we go. All right. Next. Oh, wait a minute. Let's get rid of this one. Why isn't this doing this? There we go. No. There he goes. There number 2 for the day, 2.1. Okay. Next, come on down. Oh, look at this. Brian wants to take a look at T-Mobile. Why not? T-Mobile. TMUS. Ooh, maybe. I have a minor issue. One minor issue right there. Okay, first thing, always see the top, the bottom, where was it, where is it? What is the flow looking like? What's going on right there? Let's zoom in. Last 90 days, last 3 months, top, bottom, look at this. What's going on there? Now, it could be channeling, going side. I hate saying going sideways because they don't go sideways. They go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It looks like it going sideways. Anyway, so here we are here, 195. What does 195 look like? No, actually, it's 180. Sorry. So 180 is going for 360. That's over 2%. But do we like T-Mobile? And what is this right here? Hold on. I like T-Mobile. I'm not 100% sure about this. But what I want to do is I want to take a look at the seasonality chart. Now, for those of you who've never seen or heard of a seasonality chart, let's take a gander. All right. Now, that's interesting. All right. Listen up for a second. Feel me out. Tell me what you think. Number 1, I like T-Mobile. Number 2, reach out and touch someone. Wonderful idea. So let's take a look at this. This is called a seasonality chart. Seasonality chart goes from all the way over here, January 1st, all the way over here, December 31st. What's seasonality? Winter, spring, summer, fall. All you have to do is call. I'll be there, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, AJ Mama, thank you for that. So where are we now? The blue line represents the movements this year, January 1st to where we are today, that little blue dot today. The red line represents 20 years of average movement, year after year after year. That's like taking 2006, put on top 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 11, 12, so on and so forth to where we are today. 20 years or 10 years, whatever you have it set for. I have it set for 10 years of data. But look at where we are. This baby's going to go up. It's going to go sideways for a little bit and going to climb. So this is the area that we're at right now. So let's zoom into that, get a better idea of where do we think this thing is going for the next couple of weeks. Because I like T-Mobile and it's an opportunity. Never ever, I haven't told you the rules yet, have I? I apologize. Here we go. Now, like I said earlier, the strategy that I'm giving to you for free this evening, you will notice I'm not going to try to sell you anything. We're adults. We know how it works. You want to buy something, go to the website. I'm here to educate and entertain, okay? What we're looking for is a simple, safe, predictable strategy to get 1% every week. So you have to decide what companies you like and which companies you don't like. Do you like T-Mobile? Oh, great. Well, T-Mobile's been in business for a while. What do they do on a normal basis? Because you cannot tell me and have me to agree with you. This is one of those fun things. You cannot tell me and have me agree with you that the stocks are the same week after week after week. It's not. It's different in, I can't show you now. It's different in January as it is in June, as it is in October, as it is in December. There's a time and a season for everything. Stocks go up, stocks go down. How are they affected? By the seasons. That's what the seasonality chart was created for. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. And when the snow comes, does T-Mobile go up or down? Don't know. Well, what we're looking at right here where we are today by that little blue dot, we're going to go up a little bit, sideways for a little bit, and then go up again. So I honestly don't mind buying it, even with the little uncertainty that we have. Let's go over this for a second. Right here is a little bit of uncertainty. Down, up, down, up. Well, she is going up, but is she going sideways or channeling then ask yourself, are you willing to do it? Is it going to give you your 1%? It's a yes, no question. But I love the seasonality on this. The seasonality, because it shows us where we are today. Here's where we are today. Let me get the cursor here so you can get that cross line right there. All right, so there's our crosshairs. All right, so crosshairs there and here. That is clearly going up. And that goes from today all the way until the third week. No, the second, wait a minute. 1, 2. The second week of August. So I don't mind owning T-Mobile from now to August. So let's make T-Mobile number 3. Little Black Diva. Thank you, my dear. Merci beaucoup, mon chéri. All right, so let's get out of here. And let's go back to here. So we're going to look at T-Mobile at 180. Back to, all right, well, let's do this again. Let's do this again. I want to do this real quick. I want to do this if I'm going to shoot my video. So what I need you guys to do, do me a favor. Be quiet while I'm shooting the video. Anyway, here we go. All right. Let's go back to here. Standard. All right, here we go. Uh-oh, I gotta turn my camera back on. It turns off by itself. Not weird. There we go. Right there. And video. All right. We're looking at number 3 for the evening. Pick number 3, T-Mobile. Here we are looking at the chart. Up, down, up, down, up. What's going on here? Now, as much as I like T-Mobile, it's a little uncertain whether this thing's going up or if it's just channeling. Either way, I want to make sure it's a good trade. So what I'm going to look at next is what's called the seasonality chart. And here's the seasonality chart right here. As you can see where we are today, represented by this little blue dot. We're going to go up a little bit, down and sideways, and then back up. I hate saying sideways, but that's what it looks like. Okay, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, well, if it looks like it's going sideways, all right. So as you can clearly see where we are today, she's going to go up a little bit, sideways for a couple of weeks, say 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. Holding on this for 8 weeks, can I get 1% every week? Think about it. That ought to be a fun little test. See if I can get 1% every single week on T-Mobile for the next 8 weeks and hopefully get out somewhere around here. Okay, fine. Let's look at the numbers. Let's change this back. There we go. Back over here. First thing I want to do, change back to covered call. And then we're going to do the 180s. There it is. One contract, if you don't mind. And then, boom, there it is. Boom, there it is. One covered call, T-Mobile, to July 26th. That means it's going to expire next Thursday because there's no trading on Friday. But normally, options, stock options, expire on... No, it expires on Saturday. But for us, it expires on Friday or Thursday in this case because we can't trade on Friday because the stock market's closed. And with the option expiring on Saturday, we have no access to the market on Saturday. But for us, 3:59 p.m. Friday afternoon normally. But this one, 3:59 p.m. Thursday because there's no trading on Friday. All right. So here's my profit, 356. Here's my investment, 17,644. Don't get intimidated by the big numbers. There are always stocks like $2, $3, $5, $15, all the way up to a couple of thousand. But this one, T-Mobile, it just so happens to be $180 per share. Okay, first thing we're going to do, we're going to take the profit, 356, throw it into our calculator, and then we're going to divide it by the investment. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 17,644. All right, 17,644. It's going to give me a rate of return of 2% for 8 days. Now, my goal is only 1% a week, but this is offering me 2% for 1 week. And just for the fun of it, let's see if we can get 1% every single week on T-Mobile. That would be kind of fun. So you guys in the audience, remind me to look at T-Mobile every single week. All right. 2%. We're going to hold on to this one. So let's hold on to here. Go there. Up to there. Boom. I'll bring this down to there. And drop it down. Slide it up. Hit the button. And that will reset on its own while I clean up my screen. Clean up. Clean. Everybody clean up. Clean up. Clean up. Clean up. That was Barney. For those of you who don't know, that's Barney. All right. Here we go. Number 3 for today. Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, tomorrow. Here we go. We got, here it is. Woo, doggy. All right there. 1 covered call, T-Mobile, 2 July 26th, the 180 call option. It's paying $356 per contract. Each contract is going to be $17,644 for a 2% return for 1 week. If and only if you actually like T-Mobile, T-M-U-S, T-Mobile, if you like it. Oh yeah, gotta love it. All right, so that being said, 2%. That's number 3. That's number 3. No, that's number 3. Don't get old, it's no fun. Don't get me wrong, getting old is fun. It's just that things, normal things you're used to, have a tendency to slip away a little tiny bit at a time. All right, we got a little bit of issue with a phone down here. Let's get this baby plugged in. All right. Next on the list. Okay. All right. Thank you there, Sweet Den. We are looking at T-Mobile. Mr. Holy Sheet. Boston is me. All right, T-Money. Actually, T-Money, I'm actually coming up to Boston in, and actually Boston, but the suburbs. So I'll actually be in the area, I think August or September, sometime around that area. Hit me up, hang out, have dinner. Roxanne! What's happening, Miss Roxanne? Nice to see you. Carlo Dvorky, thank you for spending your time teaching us. Cool beans. Well, that's what I'm here for. Charlie, how you doing? Thank you there, sweet Dan. Kemby, okay. Little Black Diva, thank you. KJ Micron. Ooh, okay. So Redneck Guy is talking about puts on Micron. Now, Redneck Guy, don't get me wrong, I do puts once in a while, but it's not something I give away for free. Sorry. Look at it this way. Let me pull it up so I have some material to go by. Some, what do they call it? Props? All right. So Redneck Guy, check this out. Single, vertical, back ratio, calendar, diagonal, straddle, strangled, covered, synthetic, butterfly, condor, iron butterfly, vertical roll, collar with stock, double diagonal, unbalanced, deep and wide. Those are just some of the strategies that you can do with options. I could sit here and go all through all this crap, and you'd be just leaving it as like, what a mind blow. It's too much information. So I give away one strategy for free. That's the covered call. It's the simplest, easiest, and safest strategy there is. You're buying a stock, you're holding on to a good quality company that's consistently increasing its profits, and then you're just bringing in some extra cash flow by selling covered calls against it. And if somebody wants to buy it for more than what you paid for it, why not? Stocks do 2 things and only 2 things. They go up and they go down. So as they're going up, buy it. Take the little run. When they start coming down, sell it. Stand by, wait for it to find the bottom, and then jump back in again. Because you could. Let me show you something 1 second. Okay? Let's pull this all the way over here. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. Okay. So let's look at T-Mobile for a second. Just, some reference, an idea. So see if you can understand where I'm coming from. Okay? Now, T-Mobile, we know who they are. We know what they do. All right? So a year ago, we're here. What was that? 230. Then she went up, she went down. She went up, down, 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 up, down. See all the movements it make? Let me do this for a second. Make it a little easier. Might make it a little easier. Okay? I'll just do the main ones. Up, down, 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 down, up, down, down, down. This gets a little tiring. Okay. That's what stocks normally do. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. So hypothetically speaking, if I bought T-Mobile a year ago here at 230 and just bought it and just held on to it. Well, now we're at 180. So 230 to 180, I lost $50 per share. But here's the thing. You never ever lose money until you sell for less than what you paid for it. So as the stock started here and ended up over here, that is down no matter which way you want to look at it. Okay? Now, every quarter, 1, 2, 3, 4, I got 4 dividends. Okay, and the dividends go higher and higher and higher every single year. Well, great, but the stock price still dropped. That's the normal way of investing. Buy and hold. Lovely, wonderful. Doesn't work for me. So I look at it a different way. Let's go backwards a little bit. All right. Take a closer look. Okay, I could bought here, grab 1% here, jump out. As it dropped, I can buy back here, jump in, get my 1%, get out. Drop here, jump in, get my 1%, get out. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Now, am I going to get every single one of those plays? No. Maybe I get half of them. Maybe I get a quarter of them. But here's the thing. T-Mobile is just one company. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, I only caught it 4 times. Just 4 times. Like I caught this one. There's 1. Oh, maybe I caught this one. That's 2. Maybe I caught this one. That's 3. Maybe I caught this one. That's 4. Well, great. T-Mobile. That would be 4%, because each time I do it, 4%. Great. Well, guess what? There's 11,313 different companies. And this is only like a week. That's it. I get in, I get out. I get in, I get out. I get in, I get out. That's my 4%. Now let's do the same thing with MasterCard. Let's do the same thing with Home Depot, Lowe's, Bank of America, IBM, AT&T. Companies you like, companies that you know. Something you know that's going to be here over and over and over again. You don't have to own it all year long. The company just has to be a good company. In my opinion, a good company is a company that's consistently profitable year after year after year. Now, don't get me wrong, for those of you that are younger, okay, in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, if you're younger, you can take risks. You can buy something that might jump up. There are other people online doing the same thing, sharing their knowledge. Well, here, I look at it slow, persistent, consistent, persistent, and consistent. They sound the same. Okay? Safe, predictable, consistent, 1% every week. That's all I'm looking for. And I have no problem. Do you remember jumping on the merry-go-round as a kid that goes round? It goes in circles. Why are you so excited about something that goes in circles? Once you get on there, some of you guys know this, some of you girls probably don't, but most of the guys do. Okay? I've seen it. Okay, you jump on the red horse. Oh, great, wonderful. But now you want to jump on the black horse. And then you want to go to the next one, and the next one. But you're still going around in a circle. Okay, and then you get off. You can move around all you want while you're on that. Call it the rat race. Okay, you're on the rat race, trying to make money, going from one horse to the next horse to the next horse. Same thing. We're going to go from AT&T. We're going to go to IBM. We're going to go to MasterCard. We're going to go to Home Depot. We're going to go to Lowe's. We're going to go to companies that are consistently profitable only when they match what we are looking for. So in short, I do this every single day. Now, not every single day the first thing you think of, 4, 5, 6 hours. No, 10 or 15 minutes. That's it. The strategy is called the 10-minute strategy. That's it. I created for my 9-year-old daughter. Now, for those you've never met the little princess, she hates that, by the way, just to let you know.
As you being part of my internet website company, which my dad doesn't call it that, but I do. Being part of that, you're going to be getting weekly lists
All right.
of
So that's JC,
hobby trading.
a long time ago.
You'll be getting 4 lists of stuff.
And
There's over
that's me.
in the month of January.
15, 18 years ago, whatever it is.
February. There's over 21 days in the month of March. What does that mean? That means
My favorite part is coming up. Hold on. You're going to love this one. You ready? Here it comes.
there's a different company paying out dividends.
Come on. I laugh my ass off every time I see that. Why? Because I had to make it fun. 9 years old. How do you keep the attention of a 9-year-old? Trading stocks, even. It still boggles my mind. 9-year-old little girl. She didn't want to dress. She don't get her hair done. She don't get her nails done. She wanted to learn how to invest in the stock market. Okay. So I had to make it fun for her. So we had fun while we did it. Now, it's a simple, safe, predictable strategy designed for a 9-year-old. It's not that complicated. It always boggles my mind why adults want to make it more complicated than it really needs to be. Doesn't need to be complicated. Find a good company, find out when is the right time to buy, and just do it. Your money has to go somewhere. Somebody, somewhere is investing your money for you. Whether you agree or not is irrelevant. Now, I'm a Gen Xer. I got to spit it out just the way it is. No sugarcoating, no frosting, smack dab truth. Sorry if you don't like it. You get 2 choices and only 2. Sorry. Heads, tails, right, left, up, down, hot, cold, 2 choices. That's it. Learn to invest yourself or give up accountability and let someone else do it for you. Terribly sorry. That's what it is. Do it yourself. Let someone else do it. That's it. All right, let's keep on keeping on. So we got 3 so far. We need to come up with 2 more. What do you guys have for questions? Any good questions lately? All righty, down here. Respond, traffic, got it down. Kissable. Uh-oh, Kissable wants to take a look at PCG. Is that Pacific Oil and Gas? I don't know. Let's see. PCG. PCG. PCGE. Okay. Pacific Oil and Gas. Okay. Pacific Gas and Oil, whatever it is. Energy. All right. So same thing. Always the same thing. The top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Where is the money flowing? Ooh, look at that right there. Yeah. This is going to be a good one. This could be number 4. Let's look at the last 90 days. Wait a minute. Before we look deeper into the chart, rule number 5 is pretty simple. Make sure the numbers work. So it takes 2 to 4 seconds to take a look at the chart. Top, bottom is, that's easy. Okay, that's the easy part. Next takes a little bit of brain cells. You ready? What am I buying it for? 17.12. What's the closest strike price to 17.12? Yeah, I heard it in the background, 17. 17 is going for 16. I'm going to say no to this. You know why I'm saying no to this? Even though it looks good, look at that move right there. That is definitely going up. So why am I saying no? Some of you are scratching your head. Why the hell is he saying no? That looks like a good one. Look. Up, down, up, down, up. That's definitely going up. The reason I am saying no. 0, 0, 0, 0. So it's never, ever an if. It's always a when. Stocks go up, stocks go down. So it's going up now. It's not an if it's going to go down. It is going to go down eventually. So if I jump in now, okay, it can go up a little bit more, and then she will eventually turn around and come back down. And when she does, I'm going to sell covered calls a little bit out of the money. And what is out of the money paying me? 0, 0, 0, 0. So yeah, no. Sorry. Now, don't get me wrong. It could have been number 4 because that looks freaking awesome. She's definitely going up. but the numbers aren't working. 5 simple rules. Okay, the criteria is easy: simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% a week. 5 rules. You ready? Rule 1: never ever buy something you do not want to hold on to long term. I got no problem buying holding PGE. Rule number 2: never sell at a loss. I have no intention in selling a loss. Rule number 3: make sure the company is consistently profitable. We haven't really looked at that one yet, but let's just pretend that it is. Rule number 4: weekly options only. 26 June, 2 July, 10 July, 17 July, 24 July, 31 July. Yeah, weekly options. Rule number 5: make sure all the numbers work. What am I buying it for? What am I selling it for? What am I making? And then, is there something there for when it goes the wrong way? And it's always, okay? You're going to buy something and it's 100% guaranteed it's going to go down. Sorry. Also, on the flip side, you're going to buy something and 100% guaranteed it's going to go up. It goes 2 ways: up, down. Sorry, up, down, left, right, hot, cold, hard, soft. Anyway, so no, even though I like the company, it's going to be a no because the numbers don't work. I don't like seeing zeros. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Prove that I'm human. They get these little tests that pops up on the screens once in a while. Make sure you're human. All righty. I hear you in the background breathing heavy. You need to turn your microphone off or whatever. Clayton, how you doing? Uh-oh. Saying lashes, back again. I see you. SMTR. Smarter. SMTR. SMTR. Smart Tire Systems. No. Okay? No options. No thank you. Saying lashes. No Kia. You're just popping them up there, aren't you? No Kia. Top, bottom, where was it? Where is it? Up, down. What's going on right there? The number's 1381, the 14th. Oh, nice. I like that number. Last 90 days, same thing. Top, bottom, up, down. No. Sorry, just not enough meat on those potatoes, honey. Okay, that's definitely going down. Now, it might be turning around here. I don't know. Bottom is here. Today is just 1 day to the upside. I like it to go up 2 days, and then on the 3rd day, I want it to go up. All right. Mr. Phil, tap the screen for James. He gives so much. Oh, thank you there, Mr. Phil. What else do we got? All right, Campbell's, we got that one. EX8 is a second. Okay, Yuri. T-Money wants to take a look at Kroger. Justo Franco. Good. Okay. T-Money, Kroger, you say. KR, Kroger. I'm going to hit the button, see how long it takes you. You ready? High, low, was, is, blah, 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 blah. Ooh, look at that right there. That is lovely. Do you know why that is lovely? Let's get into it. Hold on. Before we do tell you why that's lovely, what's the number? 58.48. Well, we have the 58 or we have the 59. Either one is going to be profitable. Now, the 58 is going to be safer. The 59 is going to be more profitable. So which one do you take? I would go with safety because I'm an old dude and I don't like risk. Sorry. However, the 59 is more profitable. So let's take a look at this. This is one of those fun things I like to express, and people have a hard time. They like disconnect it or whatever. But listen closely. If I buy it at 58.48, I'm going to sell. Hey, just watch. Thank you for that. I'm going to buy it at 58.48. I'm going to sell it for less than I paid for it, not at a loss. There's a huge difference. Remember rule 2, never sell at a loss? I said I was going to sell it for less than I paid for it, not a loss. It's a big difference. So if I buy it 58.48, sell it for 58, I'm going to walk away with a profit. Do you understand? Did you get that? I'm going to buy it, sell it for less than what I paid for it, and still walk away with a profit. Stock goes 3 different directions. It's going to go up, it's going to go down, or it's going to go absolutely nowhere. So let's take a look. If I buy it at 58.48, I sell it at 58. As long as the stock is above 58 next Thursday, when the option expires, I get to walk away with all my money and keep the profit. If it is above 58, yeah, I get to keep my money. If it's below 58, I keep the money and I keep the stock. Let's work it out. You ready? So let's zoom into here. I'm going to tell you why that's really cool. Okay. Number one, it's Kroger. I don't care if you like Kroger or not, but Kroger, just to let you know, is on Warren Buffett's list. That's why I'm looking at Kroger. Now, I'd like to think the old boy really knows what he's doing. Fine, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. So, the bottom of the year, right there, when you're investing in the stock market, you make money buying low, selling high. You've heard it over and over and over again. Buy low, sell high. You can't get any lower than the low of the year. And that was just a couple of days ago. Let's zoom in and take a better look. Last 90 days, top, bottom, where was it? Where is it? Down, up, down, up, down, up. Bottom right there, 1 day up, 2 days up. If this thing opens above 58.48 tomorrow, I'm jumping in. And then I'll sell the 58s because it's a safer trade. And I'll walk away with somewhere around 72 cents per share, which is over 1.5%. It's just math. That's all it is. It's math. I want to put all the odds and probabilities in my favor. Well, is it a good company? Yeah. Chris just bought Amazon, Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Tesla, SpaceX, just going to hold it. What do I think? You had a couple of good choices there, Chris, and a couple of bad choices. I'm going to explain it to you in a minute. Sit tight. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so user 291938224572. Why couldn't your parents name you Pat or Tim, Eric, Susan, Pam? Why 291948222452? Why? Oh, what were your parents smoking? Anyway, here we go. So down, up, it's clear as day. You have a gap here, a big drop, and then a bounce. It's going to go back up. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not. Kroger's on Warren Buffett's list. Warren Buffett doesn't buy garbage. So if it dropped here for a reason, that's probably earnings report. I hate earnings reports. I've seen quality, good, awesome, wonderful earnings reports. And then the stock drops. And then on the flip side, I've seen some crappy earnings reports and the stock shoots up. I don't go by earnings reports. They're just not as consistent as the dividends. I traded watching mindless television to watching you. Moni! I like you, Moni, Mo. Yoo-hoo! All right, thank you there, Miss Moni. I don't know if it's Miss Moni or Mr. Moni. Joe Schmo! I asked a question last night, but, dude, that's all that showed up. What's the rest of it? Sorry, dude, it's just not all showing up. All right, hold on. Got that. AJ Mama, what's happening? Okay, Tufan wants to take a look at Home Depot. We'll look at Home Depot next. Right now, we're still on Kroger. I was telling you, I love Kroger. Bottoms here. Gaps have a tendency to fill, which means this baby's going to go back up, fill that spot, bouncing off of that. Warren Buffett's owned it. Good enough for me, but just for the fun of it, let's do the camera thing again because we need a good one for number 4. This is number 4. I'm just trying this. It might be a good idea. It might not be a good idea. Don't know. But here's Johnny. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Stock number 4 for the evening, Kroger. If you like Kroger, you don't like Kroger, irrelevant. It's on Warren Buffett's list. So Good enough for me. Let's check this out. Here's our high. Here's our low. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up. Here's the bottom. Here she's bouncing off that bottom. Also, she's got a gap. Gaps have a tendency to fill. Right there. Boom. Gap down. Bottom here. Buy low, sell high. You can't get any lower than the low of the year. There it is. So she's bouncing up. She's at 58.48. The 58, which is a safer trade. You can do the 58, safer, or the 59, more profitable, but the 59, the stock has to go up. 58, all it has to do is stay where it is. She's at 58.48. If it goes up, great. If it stays where it is, great. It can even come down a little bit, and I'd still be good. As long as it's above 58 by July 2nd, which is next Thursday. No trading on next Friday, but let's take a look at the numbers. First thing I want to do, get rid of this. Change it to covered calls because we love that simple strategy. And we want to do the 58s right there. One contract so you don't get scared away with those big numbers. And here's Johnny. Johnny, tell him what he's want. Well, Bill, we got Kroger, 2nd of July, this coming week. 58 call options paying $97 per contract. That's the maximum profit, $97 per contract. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $5,700. Let's get up that calculator and see what rate of return. Anytime you want a rate of return, you take the profit, 97. Profit, 97. This is why I like these trades. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent. Predictable. Look, I know what my profit is. I know what my investment is before I even do it. I even know when this trade is done and over with. 2 July. She's 8 days away. It's an 8-day trade. What's my rate of return? Profit divided by cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 57.03. Let's divide it out, find out what we got. Divide 57.03. Grand total of, ready? 1.7%. All right, it's not 2, it's not 3, it's not 4, but it's 1.7 for 1 week. Do the math in your head. It's 52 weeks in a year. If I get 1.7% every single week for 52 weeks for 1 year, that is way over 50% by the end of the year. But here's the big one. Do you like Kroger? Do you think Kroger is a safe place to put your money as an investment? It's a yes/no question. It's paying 1.7%. You either like it or you don't. Let's do this. Let's save this. This is going to be number 4 for the evening. Every evening we look for 5, and I'm going to post them. I'm going to start posting these things every single day for those of you who find this rather interesting. So let's do this. Boom, and hit that little button right there. All right, let's clean up my screen. And back to where we started again while that's loading. There it is. Johnny, let's take a look at this baby. Here we go. Pull it up. There it goes. Kroger. One covered call. Kroger, KR. 2 July 26th. That means this option is going to expire at 3:59 p.m. on the 2nd of July. Gives us 8 days for this thing to work or not. But here's the thing. Never buy Kroger if you don't like Kroger. It's on Warren Buffett's list, so good enough for me. The 58 call option, 97 is the profit, 5,700 is the investment for 1.7% for 1 week. You either like it, you don't. It makes sense, or it doesn't. Flip a coin, right, left, up, down. It's an easy question. Okay, you like it, you don't like it. We'll see. Right, that being said, 1.7%, that's number 4. 1.7. There you have it, 1.7 for Kroger. What's next? What's next? What's next? All right, let's see what we got. Bread and butter, can you go over what you would make about how you abort this trade tomorrow morning? Now, wait a second. Bread and butter, that doesn't make sense. Can you go over what you would make aboard this trade tomorrow morning? Do you want to reread that and see if it makes sense? Big brother, how are you today? And this is that social flyer. Cool beans. All right, who do we have over here? Kissable. Yep, PG&E. Saw that one. Okay, Jay Gardner wants to take a look at Ford. No. Sorry, no, don't get me wrong. I like Ford. Ford's always on the back burner for me if the numbers work. It's a 100-year-old company. I don't think they're going anywhere, but you get your high here and it's dropping. Not even going to bother with it. Sorry. How do you deal with a stock that is down massively? Do you just hold until it recovers? No. I change my strategy and I sell covered calls 3 to 4 strikes out of the money. Let me show you something for a second. All right. All right, 1 second. Now, if you know anything at all about stocks and options, all right, the purple, purple is in the money. The black is out of the money. The line right here, where all the action is at the money. So you got to decide when the stock drops, how many strikes out of the money can you sell? Well, look at this one. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so on and so on and so on, away from where the action is. Hey, can you do me a favor in the background? Can you either come up with a decent question to ask or mute your microphone? Now, I'm all for you, young lady, I'm all for entertaining what questions you have. But if you're going to be, just chatting with your boyfriend or your husband, it's kind of interrupting what I'm doing. But if you have a question, I'd be more than glad to help you out. So as I was saying, when the stock goes down, make sure there's something that you can sell against it to bring some money in. Now remember, if you're only buying companies that are consistently profitable, even as the stocks go down, the dividends or the profits of the company should increase. So if the profits are increasing every 90 days or every quarter, you're getting a dividend. And that's the main reason I only want to deal with dividend stocks, because it's not an if the stocks go down. They all go down eventually. You just got to make sure you're in the right place at the right time. So if you buy something and it drops, well, yeah, you can catch some premiums here and there, but the dividends are going to be the saving grace. It's kind of like an extra cherry on your sundae. So when the stocks go down, always make sure. That's why that one stock I didn't like, because out of the money options were 0, 0, 0. Okay, out of the money options, I want to make sure that there's going to be some money there for me. All right. Next question. Let's change this. Go back to here. So, who's next? La, 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 la. Sweet Dan, I'll have you. You're near Boston? Sweet Dan, way to go, dude. Yeah, when I'm up in the area, I'll give you a holler. How about we go to Plymouth? Seriously, Plymouth. Do you know why I want to go to Plymouth? Because there's this place right on Plymouth, on the docks. So you can stand on the dock, look to the right, and there's the Mayflower. Okay? You look to the right, you won't be able to see it, but to the right of where the dock is, where the fishing boats come in, is Plymouth Rock. You know, that rock that says 1620 on it? The funny thing about that rock, the older you get, the smaller that rock gets. Because when I was little, that rock was huge. Now that I'm in my 60s, that rock is small. You know, a couple of drunk football players could probably pick that baby up. Yeah, but yeah, I want to go to Plymouth. There's a place called Woods, Woods. They have the freshest seafood. Now, the only way you're going to get fresher seafood is when you eat it on the boat. Okay. Now, the reason I know that is I was a fisherman and I was a lobsterman back in the 80s, and we would once in a while spark up the stove in the kitchen and cook one of the fish that we caught. So go right from the water, not even the heart is still beating in my hand as the fillets are frying. That's how fresh the food was. So anyway, Woods actually has a lift on the dock that goes from the boat right to the kitchen of the restaurant. It's right on the dock in Plymouth, Mass. You can't get any fresher than that. And don't go right next door, because right next door doesn't have a lift from the water to the kitchen. There's only one left. Back in the 70s and 80s, there used to be like 4 or 5 restaurants right on the pier that you get your seafood really fresh. But now Woods is the last one that's still standing. Anyway, let's keep on going. What do we have next? What would cause you to abort a trade? Oh, okay. That's what he wanted to know. Then the trade I just showed you a minute ago, he wants to know what would cause me to say no. The numbers. Okay? So we're at after hours right now. These numbers aren't changing at all. They're all staying. They're stagnant. But when the market's open, the numbers change. So when I buy the stock and I go to sell the option, if the market maker dumps his price, now it's not my 1%. Well, I'm stuck in the stock anyway. I got to do something. But the thing is, I buy the stock and then I sell the option within less than 30 seconds. It's not giving it much time to move, but there is always that opportunity. How do you deal with a stock that is down massively? We just talked about that one. Ralph. Hey, Ralph. Chi-Town Fine. Okay, cool. AK wants to look at, like, what is, I've never heard of this company before. In the last week, I've seen this over and over and over again. And the first time I looked at it, it's like, what the hell is this? Okay? But no. Shot up. Now it's coming down. Makes no sense. Round hip memory ETF. Sorry, it's coming down. Find the right time. How? Elephant stock. What do you mean how? Simple. Look at the chart. Okay? Do I want to buy as it's going up? No. As she drops, here's her bottom right here. 1, 2 days up. On the third day, that's where I want to jump in. And then she shoots up. I get my profits. I get out. Gets to the top. It drops back down. Finds a new bottom. 1, 2, 3 days up. That's where I want to jump in. Take it back up. Want to get out before it hits the top. Now, when I say I want to get out before it hits the top, I'm just looking for 1 or 2%. That's it. Then I just get rid of it. Hopefully that made sense. KIP. Affirm. AFRM. AFRM. No. KIP. It's at the high at the moment. If I zoom into it, okay, take a look. We're at 40, and we jump up to 80. 40 to 80 is a 100% increase. What makes you think that if I jump in now, it's going to keep going up? It already jumped 100% in 2 months. 2 months, she jumped 100%. Why would I jump in after it already jumped up 100%? Think about it. It jumped 100%. What makes me think that's going to keep going up? Sorry, I just don't do that. I don't jump in at the high of anything. All right. Unknown tipper. VXX. I have no idea what that is. Interesting. iPath. Never heard of it. Okay. Top, bottom, down, up, down, up. What's going on right there? 23.69. The 23.50s are going for 57. That's over 2%. That was quick, wasn't it? Jack Boyzak, what's going on? We need one more. Let's take a look at this one. Poker. We already looked at that one. Cam, how you doing? Just Watch Films, RKT. We'll take a look at that in a minute. But right now we're looking at Rocket. What do you think? I'm going to say no to this one only because I'm unsure of it. I have no idea who they are. She gapped up here. She gapped down. So she gapped down. She gapped up. So which one? See, this one almost filled, but not quite. But now it did fill. So that gap has been filled. This one hasn't. So that means that baby might come back down. Might. Might is a very big word. Anyway, Just Watch, RKT. Isn't that Rocket Company? It is. Ooh, interesting. Right there. Here's your bottom of the year. Now she's jumping up. Your top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look, up, down, up, down, up, down. Whoa, nice. Right there. 1475. The 15s are going for 45. 1545. That's 3%. Let's check it out. All right. Wait a minute. Numbers. 1475, 1545. Okay, that works. All right, so here we go. Number 5. Let's get that camera rolling. Camera. Rolling. Get those doggies moving. Rawhide. Get them in, move them up. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. It's Papa G. We got our number 5 for the evening. The Rocket Company's RKT. Let's take a look at this. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look, it's up, down. Now she's going back up again. 1473. The 1450s are going for 66. But look at this. The 15s are going for 45. That's over 3%. Let's check this one out. Covered call. Easy breezy. Let's get rid of this. Try it one more time. Get rid of that. There you go. Single to covered call, there we go. And the 15s, there it is. And one contract, boom. Just so I don't scare you away with big numbers, there it is. Johnny, tell him what he's won. Well, here we go, Bill. We got one covered call, RKT, Rocket Companies, to July 26th. That's next Thursday because there's no trading on Friday. The $15 call option's paying $75, and this one's only $1,400. Let's check out the rate of return with the calculator. Put in the profit, 75. Always take the profit divided by cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 14. And what does that come up to? Grand total of 1425. Here we go. Winner, 5.2% for 1 week. But there's a big catch. Do you like Rocket Companies, RKT? Let's take a gander. I'm going to save this one, 5.2%. Why the hell not? This is number 5 for the evening. 5. Let's sing a song of 5. How many is 5? Okay, so either you like it or you don't like it. It's actually that simple. These are all ones we found so far. Here's Mondays. Here, whoops, let's do this. Hold on. Where are we? No. That's going to confuse me. Oh, that's how we do it right there. There we go. That's a cool color. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which is tomorrow. And here we are looking right here. Rocket, RKT. Uh-oh. I gotta do it all over again. That's funny. Hit the wrong button. Remember I told you once that most people lose money by hitting the wrong button? I just did it. All right, here we go. Try this one more time. One more time, if we try. One more time. All right. Do we have it? Is it up there? Is it? There it is right there. Rocket. Yeah. All right. There you go. All right. 1 covered call rocket, RKT. 2 July, that's next Thursday. $15 call option. Profit is 75. The investment is 14.25 for, what was it again? 5 point what? Craziness. 5.26%. If and only if you actually like rocket. 5.2. That's it. That's our 5 for the night. We got 14 minutes left to go. Let me stop this right there. And there we go. 14 minutes left to go. What do you guys want to look at? Uh-oh. Sang Lashes. MSTR. Come on. Sang, you've been here before. You know that's a piece of crap. Just my opinion. But I'm going to show you why. Chris, I have not forgot about you. I'm still going to take a look at those. Hal. Hal's Paint and Body. How you doing? Hargrave. Hi, how are you, sir? I am delightful, thank you. Why these stock guys all the same? Phil Clinton, I have no idea. But if you can explain to me why you think I'm the same as everyone else, I'd be more than happy to carry on a conversation with you. Parker, what's happening? Kissable wants to take a look at Abbott Labs. Uh-oh, Dr. Corey's out. Have a nice evening, Doc. Kissable, Abbott Labs. Let's do that one quick before we go over here and pick on this guy for picking up this interesting stuff. I'm just going to call it interesting. Abbott Labs. Well, that's definitely interesting if you like Abbott Labs. The top, here's the bottom. Right there, she's shooting up nicely. The 90 is going for 185, which is about a little less than 2%, if you like it. Jingleheimer Schmidt. John Jacob G. But you said it only goes up or down. It does. Okay, Jingleheimer Schmidt, I said it goes up or down. It gives the appearance that it is going sideways. It doesn't go sideways. It looks like it's going sideways. There's a big difference between it's going sideways and it appears to be going sideways. Do NVDA, Jack. Oh, Jack, you're not going to like this, but I'm going to do it because you're new here and I want to disappoint you. Let's do this for Jack. Yay, Jack. Okay, so Jack, what we're looking at here behind me is called Yahoo Finance. And if you're serious about investing your own money, you should have at your fingertips a financial website where you can do your own research. Because you got two choices. Do it yourself or give up accountability and let someone else do it for you. So let's take a look at NVIDIA that you seem to love so much. Right here, Yahoo Finance. What we're looking at is what is called the data stream. The data stream is basically giving you all the information. The high, the low, the opening, the close, the volume, all that kind of information. And it'll give you statistics, historical data, and anything else that you may find important to know. So let's pull up NVIDIA and see how lovely this thing is. NVDA. Now, some of the people in the background are chuckling because I've done NVIDIA so many times. In my humble opinion, I honestly don't care if they cure cancer. They're not that great. They're competing against odds that all right, never mind. Let's see the numbers. Numbers don't lie. 1 and 1 is going to equal 2 no matter where you come from. So let's take a look at the numbers for NVIDIA. Yay! NVIDIA! All right, number 1. The NVIDIA is $199 per share. Okay? Now, after giving crap for years upon years upon years, look at this. 4/100th of a cent. 4/100. That means you got to own 25,000 shares to get 1 penny. And you think that's good. But hey, they upgraded to 1 cent. So 100 shares, you're going to get $1. Anyway, but they finally, in June, increased it 25 cents a share. Big whoop. Let's take a look at the dividends. Oh, no. Let's take a look at summary. Summary. All right. So here we go. NVIDIA. NVIDIA has a $6.52 earning per share. That's it, $6.52. You're paying $200 for $6.52 per share. All right. Statistics. You'll like the statistics. Watch this. Okay. Market cap is going down. Here's some numbers for you. Are you ready? Okay, Jack, boys, Zach. Okay, here we go. Revenue per share. Well, they should be happy. The revenue has gone up. The revenue is now at $10.42 a share. $10. You're paying $200 per share, but they only have $10.42 per share coming in as revenue. Okay, hold on. Let's slide all the way down to get to the book value. Do you understand what book value is there, Mr. Jack? Book value per share is $8. So, long story short, if the federal government and the Supreme Court comes in and say, yo, dude, you need to divest and pay off all your investors, you pay $200 per share, you know what you're getting back? You're getting back $8.07 because that's all the company is actually worth. Take a look at the spreadsheet. Take a look at the profit and loss, the balance sheet. What do they own? What do they owe? Come together. What do you got? You get $8.07 per share. Hold on. It actually gets worse. NVIDIA. We want to go to the summary. And the summary is going to give us our yield, or how much are we getting. Okay, you ready? You ready for this, Mr. Jack? You like NVIDIA so much? The dividend is $1 per share for the year. So you pay $200 per share. At the end of the year, you get $1 as your share of the profits. The rate of return, or, whoops, the rate of return for the year, or the yield, look at that, 50%. No. 0.5%. It's not even 1% yield for the year. You're putting your money into a company that's paying you a 0.5% for the year. You can put your money into a CD and get 3%. Put it into a T-bill and get 4 or 5%. Put it into a dividend stock that increases year after year after year for over 50 years and get 6 or 7%. But no, you think investing your money and getting 0.5% is a good idea. Why? And then look at it this way. What does NVIDIA do? NVIDIA does computers, chips, and all that kind of crap. Who are they competing with? They're competing with China. They're competing with India. They're competing with South America. They're competing with India. Did I say India already? I don't know. They're competing against Musk. NVIDIA doesn't make their own chips. Musk is creating a chip factory where he's going to make his own chips, and you want to go up against a trillionaire who is already on the cutting edge. He's playing a different game, and you want to play with a second place winner? I have no idea. And the numbers are absolutely horrible with NVIDIA. That goes for you too, Chris. NVIDIA, 0.05%. That's 0.5%, dude. SpaceX, no profits at all. The company's not even a week old, and you're putting money into it? Now, I don't tell people what to do, what not to do. You want my opinion? My opinion is hell no. I'm not putting my money into something that gives me a 0.5% a year, and I'm not putting my money into a company that has no profits whatsoever. So no, to both of you guys. You may like it. Hey, no problem at all. It may be the biggest company at the moment, but you know what? Back in the 1800s, there was a company that made the absolute 100% undisputed best buggy whips. Where the hell are they now? And what happens if and when the grid goes down? What the hell is your AI going to do for you? What are your robots going to do? No electricity. Bummer. Too bad. Anyway, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. So, needless to say, I appreciate your input. I appreciate your, wanting to participate and learn. But did you actually look at the numbers, or did you just go turn the TV on and listen to the hype? Numbers don't lie. If you're relying on someone on TV saying, hey, NVIDIA's the next big thing, woo, they're not telling you the whole story. They're not looking at the numbers. Numbers don't lie. The company's making money or it's not. The numbers are right there. 0.05% yield. What would make anybody put their money into a company that's getting a 0.5% per year? Inflation is 3% a year, and you're putting your money growing at 0.5%? You're going backwards in the biggest way. All right, anyway, no more of that crap. What do we got next? We're just going to do questions now because we already got our 5. We got our 5 for the night, so what else you guys want to look at? AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. So anyway, Chris, Amazon, yeah, you can't get away from it because it's so big. Apple, yeah. NVIDIA, hell no. Microsoft, definitely. Tesla, definitely. SpaceX, definitely not. Just going to hold it. What do I think? Good luck to you. Seriously. You're in from what you're buying. Okay? Amazon, huge company. Apple, huge company. NVIDIA, huge company. Microsoft, huge company. Tesla, huge company. SpaceX, huge company. Where are your lessers? You can't always pick the cream of the crop because they don't always do that. Michael Core, good night. Ryan Vito, how you doing? All right, so what do we have for questions? Oh, your live is being discovered. It's a chance to give invite, share your live. Okay, fine. You guys want to share? Just press the button and share away. Now, for those of you who want to speak up, there is some place on your camera that you can just hit and then start talking. I have no idea how to do it. Like people do it every night. It's like, all right, how the hell did you do that? Thank you, KJ. Chris. All right, got that one. Okay, cool. What do we have over here? Stan, thank you there, Mr. Stan. Tasha, Sean. Ooh, T-Money wants to take a look at ABV, ABBV. All right, let's get out of here. Enough of that. ABV, ABBV. What do we got? Oh, no. Sorry, dude. No. Who came up with ABV? T-Money, dude, look at this. What are you thinking here, dude? You thinking just because you buy it's going to keep going up? Sweet Dan, best C4 in the world. Way to go. What are favorite stocks to do cash secured puts? That sounds like a conversation waiting to happen. Now, you do realize there's 11,313 different companies. So how am I supposed to tell you what stock is the best? You have to decide what it is you like. Create a list of all the stocks you like. Put them into the calendar. Okay, I'm doing this one this week. I'm doing that one next week, so on and so forth. All right. It's 11 o'clock. We got a couple more questions left, and then we're done. Can you end covered calls early? Yes, you can. If yes, what is the downside? You lose money. A covered call, basically, you're buying a stock and you're selling someone else the right to buy it from you at a certain price for a certain date. When you sell something against a stock that you own, you're kind of locked in place until that option expires. You want to get out early, you have to buy that option back, and then you're losing money because you have to pay someone for something you sold. Can your covered call sale before the last day, say July 2nd? The last day would be July 1st. Yes, you can. But why would you do it for one day? Don't get me wrong, you can. Tasha, QS. What the hell is QS, Tasha? QS. QuantumScape. Okay. It's going to be a no only because it's going down at the moment. Okay. Up, down. If you zoom in. Let's zoom in. I'll show you that a little bit better. Okay. Clear to see. Up, down, up, down, up, down. So not this week. What's my thoughts on SpaceX? Cardi, I look for companies that are consistently profitable for at least 2 decades. So come talk to me in 19 years and we'll talk about SpaceX. Esteban, Microsoft, definitely. I love Microsoft. It's not a yes. It's just I like Microsoft because they're consistently profitable. And check it out. If you like it, keep your eye on it. The top is there. Here's your bottom. The low of the year today. Wait for the turnaround. As soon as she starts turning from here, here's the bottom. That's today. As soon as she turns around, goes back up, that's where I'm going to jump in. And I think I have Microsoft written down for next week. I don't, but I do now because I'm writing it down. Ooh, Lou Sports. T-Money wants to look at Hormel. All right, we're going to say no to Hormel. Whoops, damn it. That happens once in a while. HRL. Okay, and the reason we're saying no to Hormel for 2 reasons. One, it's at the high of the 30-day period. Yeah, no. Got a gap up here. Eventually that's going to fill, which means this is going to come back down and fill that gap eventually. So I don't want to buy it now. Lou Sports wants to take a look at Harley Davidson. Okay, interesting. Here's the bottom. Now we're here at 25.55. What does that look like? Okay, so she went up, she went down. What's going on here? No clear sign, so not today. Okay, Cardi, you can ask me about SpaceX as many times as you want. I'm going to give you the exact same answer over and over and over again. George, now, why you want to look at now, George? N-O-W. What's going on here, George? Look at this. It's the bottom. She shoots up, comes back down. I don't know there, George. Niculator, Mara. What do you think, Nick? That's definitely going up, if you like it. Matthew, Keegan. Brandon. All right, way to go, Brandon. Good for you. BET, that's not next Thursday. That's 1 month away. You do realize, Tasha, next Thursday is July 2nd. It is 1 month away. You are correct. It's also 1 week away. Tasha. Okay, 1 week away. Yes. 1 month away. Yes. It's the same thing. It's next Thursday. Ooh, Alexander, we'll take a look at those tomorrow. We're up past 11 o'clock. I'm done. I'm just answering questions. You got a question? Micron did it again. Okay, Micron did what again? Oh, yeah, dropped again. Okay. Saying lashes, I see that. Rude Justin, Coca-Cola. Ooh, nice. Look at that move right there. That looks lovely. Observer, I think I was talking to a fake version of you. Ooh, thank you. Observer, thank you for that. He just mentioned something that I need to bring up. You are going to have that issue. There's, as far as I know, 38 imposters pretending to be me. So you will most likely be approached by someone via a text, Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Telegram, something. It's not me. I don't do those things. You want to have a conversation, whatever site you are on, there's a link in the bio. They'll go right to my email, DM me your number. I will personally call you myself. Either that or go right to the website and book a call. You like IBM? Of course I like IBM. I like IBM and I love Dell. I do. But you got to ask me tomorrow because we found our 5 for the night. So ask me tomorrow. Dawn, I just joined. What are you doing? Okay, Dawn, what we're doing here is looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% every single week using only pre-qualified dividend stocks. Those are companies that have consistently increased their profits for at least 2 decades. Then, after isolating when the right time to jump in, we do it it's called a covered call. Is a simple, safe, predictable strategy to allow us to grab 1% every week for less than 5 or 10 minutes a day, and that's roughly about 50% return for the end of the year. That's what we're doing here. Thank you, too. Oh, yep. Okay. Johnny, how you doing? Roots, watching, listening, and learning. Thank you for sharing this. You're welcome there. Ooh, Paul, I love Tractor Supply. I do. Also, can you please repeat the top 10 companies on your board? Yeah, you're going to have to sign up for that one. All right, here we go. Hello. How can I see order book on Yahoo Finance? Oh, Alex, that's an easy one. There we go. Summary? Is it order book on summary? Not there. Maybe under statistics. Okay, go to Yahoo Finance. Put whatever site whatever you're looking for, and here's all the numbers right here on the left. Statistics gives you all the interesting numbers that you need to take a look at. Look at all these fun numbers. Okay, that's on Yahoo Finance. It's free to use. Tammy, how you doing, Tammy? Hi, thank you for your time and efforts and sharing your knowledge. I'm 62 and I'm new to the game. Oh, Tammy, 62. I'm 62 also. I'm a January baby. What about you? God. Oh, God showed up. God 2. Huh? Not the real God, but God 2. All right. Alex, how can I see... Uh-oh, Sweet Den, link in the bio. You really got to get rid of that terms, dude. How do I... All right, we'll figure it out. Wow, how did I miss all these? Bloom Energy. Wow. All right, thank you there, Miss Tammy. Alex, thank you for that, Alex. There you go, Jack. How do you calculate future value? Okay, Jack, can you explain how you calculate future value? Nobody can calculate future value because nobody knows what's coming up next. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. You buy something today, it's worth what it is today. You wake up in the morning, be thankful you woke up. Okay? Nobody's going to guarantee you that your stocks are going to be the same price or worth more tomorrow. It just doesn't work that way. Tim Trades, how you doing, Tim? How can I see you? I've got that one. Can you explain your approach to a new person? Yeah. Okay. We're going to invest in pre-qualified dividend stocks. That means companies that are consistently profitable for a minimum of 2 decades. You jump in using what's called a covered call. Simple, safe, predictable strategy allows you to obtain 1% or more every single week, after week, after week, after week, so on and so forth. That should be about right. Lauren, how you doing? 80 billion in revenue. Jack, don't care. Revenue doesn't mean anything. Okay? Either the company is making money or it's not making money. Just because there's 80 billion, it could have 100 billion in bills. Can you explain? We just did that one. Bloom Energy, BE. Oh, wrong one. We don't want this one. BE, Bloom Energy. Hell no. I don't buy anything at the high. Let's keep on keeping on. Also want to ask, can you please repeat the top 10 companies? That's not top 10. Alex, AGNC. What the hell is AG? Is that one we don't like, AGNC? Yep. Now, you may like AGNC. Who came up with this one? Alex. Take a look right here, Alex. 0, 0, 0. If and when the stock goes down, you try to do a covered call, you're going to get 0. Sorry. Sorry. Adam, do you mind me asking what you do for work? I'm retired. What did I do for work? If you can name it, I've probably done it. I took the path less traveled. Path less traveled, you get out of high school and you join the service. Then after you get out of the service, you jump into a trade. The trade that I jumped into was exhibit building. Now, while I was in high school, I was a fisherman and a lobsterman. Okay, after high school, I went in the service. After getting a nail stuck in my eye, one of these thingies, then they sent me home because they found me unfit for military duty because I was one of the crew chief on a helicopter. What good is a crew chief with only one eye? You know what I mean? So, that being said, I bounced around, did a lot of things. I was a handyman, I was not a contractor, but I did work on what we call it, building and construction. I also did third-party moving service where we did specialized stuff, pool tables, armoires, shrunks, and then I owned a manufacturing company. I did that for like 13 or 14 years. But AGNC is going to be a no. Thank you for that. I like IBM. I like Dell. I think we're all done with almost all of these questions. Ender Singh, LRCX. Okay. High, now it's dropping. No. Envitas, Latish, don't know. What platform do you use? I don't recommend anything. Okay, you have to decide what is yours that you like best. You decide what kind of a trader you are and what trading platform works best for you. I'm looking right here at Think or Swim through Charles Schwab. Do you roll or close at 80-ish% profit on the call? I like to go 85 or 90, then roll it. But that's a good question, Yuri. Not many people knew that. 3 stocks to trade in the 10s. Luis, how are you today? 3 stocks to trade in the 10s. Now, Luis, I can't tell you what stocks to buy. I only take a look at what you guys ask me to take a look at. Alex, we'll look to AGNC. That's going to be a no. NCLH tomorrow. Yuri, what percentage do you decide to close roll position? About 85 to 90. What is your cut for how much you pay for a stock for this purpose? I don't like to put in more than 20%. Dvorky, smoke signals. Yeah, once in a while we'll go outside when the electric is down. We'll do that Indian stuff, do some smoke signals. Had an imposter contact me today. Thanks for the clarification. Welcome there, Tammy. I always tell people, if you're questioning whether or not I'm texting you, emailing you, WhatsApping, Snapchatting, or any of that crap, yeah, say, hey, here's my phone number. Give me a call. Trust me, I will never, ever, ever say no. Because I love talking to people and I love helping people out. So, that being said, If whoever you're chatting with does not want to pick up the phone and talk to you, it's not me. Daniel, how you doing? Brandon, thank you. You're welcome. Claudia. Uh-oh, Claudia, you just disappeared. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Woohoo. 20,000 likes on it. Oh, cool. Thanks for that, Mr. Phil. Albert, PMT. What the hell is never a good sign if I say, what the hell is that? PMT. Hell no, I don't do monthly. Your chat is delayed. Alex, the chat's not delayed. You're not the only dancer on the dance floor. I got 9 cameras, which means I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screens that I'm looking at. So I go back and forth from one to the next, to the next, to the next. Today's short for Intel at 4 p.m. Romania time. Okay. Januka, good evening. How are you today? You're new here. Thoughts on Verizon? Love it. Oh, advanced micro devices or Micron. I don't buy anything at the high. Take a look at Micron and take a look at AMD. Hey, James. Hope you're doing well. Thank you there, Lewis. All right. Congrats. Thank you there, Alex. And I think that is it. There are no more questions. No more questions. As the great smoke officer says, what? No more? Nothing left to roll, screams Pearl. Is this some twisted joke? I didn't come here to fuck around. I come here to smoke. All right, here we go. And we all know what this means.
Nobody talks about how to start chair Tai Chi when your belly sticks out like this. Your chest is heavy like this.
You dream
There we go.
in stars.
Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Fixing the world while the rest of us sleep. Your heart set on giving, no matter the strain. Building your legacy through love and brain. Julie knows that fire in your soul, the kind that lifts the broken whole. James, you reach the skies, no one dares. In your hands, the future's caught unawares. That's to know what the hell were you thinking. You laugh as the eye keeps the daylight blinking. Every day's a quest, not some disguise. With James in the storm, the dream never dies. Retired, you say, with a wink and a grin, but the podcast is rolling.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you. You're welcome there, Albert.
Hi, is this thing on?
Yes, it is on. That's awesome. Yeah, you got to show me how that's done. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick little video so people can watch and see how to do this. So when they have questions, they can just speak up and say hi, hello. Thank you.
Pull